This right here is my 1993 Mark IV Toyota Supra, and 1 year ago I bought this car with the intent of turning it into my very own Fast and Furious car. Now since then I've done a whole lot to this car already. I managed to source an awesome body kit, fully painted it myself with my dad, and replaced the, in my opinion, nasty original wheels for these awesome billet machined aluminum looking wheels. Now this car still got a long way to go before I can truly call it a true Fast and Furious car, and to make matters worse, I literally only got 1 month left to finish the entire car, because in May the Supra will be displayed at one of the biggest car shows in the entirety of Germany. So I'd say let's get cracking, it's interior time. I'd say we got our work well laid out right here. There's definitely a lot to do on the interior, and I'm mostly excited about these brand new seats that I've ordered for the Supra. These bright Kuga seats absolutely hit the nail on the head. But before we can start adding things to the interior, we first need to remove stuff from the interior because of a very special reason that I will get into in a minute, and I think this is going to be quite a controversial one. Ripping out the entire dashboard, removing all of the door cards, and of course all of the trim of the interior, because I got some big plans for the interior of this car. It's going to look absolutely insane. Let's go. Okay, first roadblock of the day. Just wanted to remove this rear panel, but then I noticed that the seatbelt actually runs through this, and there's actually no way of fiddling the seatbelt through this little slit. However, I really want to reuse this piece of trim because otherwise there will be just a giant hole in there. I will now need to cut the seatbelts, sadly. Now that is definitely a little bit of a bummer because I was actually planning on selling these. These actually go for $100, believe it or not. These original Supra parts are just so expensive, but I guess there is no way of getting around it if I want to reuse this piece of trim. Alright, the interior is fully stripped of all of its trim. It's starting to look very, very naked at this point. So I'd say let's move on to the final part of the puzzle, which will be the entire dashboard and center console. Now, why am I removing this entire trim, the dashboard, etc.? Easy, because I want to do something to this trim and the dashboard of the Supra, which all of you rally guys out there might be familiar with, and that will be flocking. And this flocking material will give the interior a nice Alcantara finish. Now I know this is a bit controversial because it effectively ruins this entire original dashboard, and because flocking is a non-reversible thing that you do to your interior, this basically means that if I ever want to go back to a fully OEM interior, I will literally be screwed. However, I'm gonna do it anyways. So let's quickly remove the door cards and then move on to the dashboard. This is going to be a bit of a nightmare, but nothing we cannot figure out along the way. Honestly, this is probably the easiest car I've worked on, like, ever. Every single panel is so accessible and easy to remove. No annoying clips, no nothing. This is just so much easier than I expected. Okay, what now? Before we move on, I want to give a quick shout out to today's video sponsor, WOLFBOX. From dashcams to starter packs, WOLFBOX has got you covered when you're in need. Make the 24 Air your new favorite road trip companion, as it has your back no matter where you want to go. Flat car battery? No problem. The 24 Air has a super strong starter booster built right in. Flat tire? No problem with the built-in air compressor. Just set your tire pressure in PSI or bar and you're good to go. Flat car battery and a flat tire in the dark with a dead phone? No problem with the 24 Air, as it's not only a starter booster, air compressor and power bank for your electronics, but also a eye-wateringly bright flashlight all in one. And with a giant 24,000 mAh battery, you're more than covered for a while. Just toss it in your car and make it your favorite travel buddy. Click the link in the description to learn more, and thanks to WOLFBOX for sponsoring this part of the video. Oh my days. The dashboard is finally out. That was a whole process. Seriously, I really expected this to be a little easier, but we got it out. Anyways, let me show you what I had to do, because it was quite insane. Now, actually getting the dashboard to sit loose in the car was really easy, because it's just held in by 8 bolts, but the tedious part was disconnecting all of these connectors to the wiring harness that runs through the dashboard, and in the end getting it to clear the handbrake as well as the steering column. You can see I basically had to completely remove the steering column and the handbrake, but I guess we got there eventually. But now for the easy part. Now that we got this thing finally out of the car, I can tackle the biggest issue of this dashboard, which would be this giant crack right here. So I guess in this sense it's not really that big of a deal that I'm flocking the entire interior, because the dashboard is broken anyways. So I'm gonna have to fill this up with some body filler to make sure this will not crack even more, and then basically degrease everything you see right here and right there, and then we can move on to flocking this entire thing. Dude, this looks so sick. That's so cool. But I also gotta say that you can see it on my face that this was a much more nasty process than I thought it would be, because look at the floor. I also totally underestimated the amount of flocking material that I needed. I ordered 3 bags, and so far I have actually already used up all 3 bags that I've ordered, only for the dashboard, for the center console, the upper glove box, lower glove box, and some trim right here. Let's put everything we have right here back into the car and see how it looks. Alright everyone, have a look at that. I've installed a brand new handbrake as well as a shift knob, as well as our brand new Alpine head unit. Well, actually this is from 2010 or like 2006, something like that. So it's definitely period correct and it offers amazing sound quality. We're also making huge progress with all of the trim and the rear seat delete. But now it's time for the most important piece of this interior. the steering wheel. Now, I've never personally used this specific wheel in any car of mine before, but when I saw it online, I was sold immediately. And you're gonna see why now. Because this, ladies and gentlemen, is a Momo Dark Fighter, and the cool thing about this steering wheel is not the shape or the Alcantara on top, but the leather trim that you can add to the middle, which really makes this entire wheel look so much more OEM plus rather than aftermarket, which is really, really nice. So let's put this puppy in. Dude, seriously, it's getting better and better at this point. We're almost fully there with the entire interior now. Compared to before, it's just so insane. Now, I am currently in a little bit of a dilemma. And the reason for this is one, this trim right here that goes all the way around from the shifter all the way to here. I was actually planning on getting a full carbon fiber skin for this, a real carbon fiber skin, and this would have included also a cup holder for the center console. However, I can only order it from Australia, and the problem with that is that it takes a super long time for the package to arrive, and it will not arrive in time for the car show. So I've decided to paint it black for now, which in my opinion also looks totally fine, but I would have loved to have some carbon fiber bits in the interior. Problem number two, the door card. Now, at a quick glance, you might say that this looks actually totally fine. However, if you approach this door card a little closer, you can see that in some spots where I masked off the rubber seal, I just tore off the epoxy. Also, the finish isn't very even. You can still see shiny bits right there. So I will probably need to completely redo this entire door card, which I'm not going to do right now because I'm still waiting for new flocking material for the rest of the trim anyways. So for now, sadly, only the left side is fully finished with all of the trim, the door card, and of course the dash all flocked. But too much talking, there's still one major thing that's missing, as you can tell, and that will be the seats. Oh my god. Dude. Like, this is the furthest I can go back with the seat. I can go all the way to the front, which is cool. So if someone wants to drive the Supra who is a little shorter, that's fine. But like, the max position in the back is literally, oh, it's so comfy. It's perfect for me. Dude, that's so sick. Guys, have a look at this insane interior. I cannot believe how this turned out, especially considering where we came from. This entire thing was ripped apart. And not only do we have a super clean interior now, but also as a bonus on top, actually the car was pretty stinky before I tackled the interior. Because the problem this car had was that it had this like distinct old car smell, but not in a good way, but in a very reeky, disgusting way. And I already suspected that this came from the dash because of, well, the old plastics that over time just deteriorated. And thankfully this was all sorted out after I put the epoxy and the flocking material on top of that, because it effectively just completely vacuum seals all of the stank and the old plastic underneath all of the epoxy and the flocked material. So I'm really excited about that as well. Finally, no more stinky interior. This was honestly almost unbearable. I also decided to get myself a fully custom and bespoke Supra trunk carpet, as well as some custom Supra floor mats, which you cannot see because it's so dark right now. But honestly, please let me know in the comments below what you think about this interior. I know it is like very much Alcantara overload, I guess, because we got ourselves an Alcantara steering wheel, Alcantara dash, Alcantara trim everywhere, as well as Alcantara seats. So I know it's a bit much, and I really wanted to break it up a little bit with some carbon fiber here and there. However, as I already explained, it's just way too expensive. It will not arrive in time. So for now, we basically just have some black trim right here and no center console lid, which is really annoying me, honestly. But anyways, I'm really over the moon, honestly, because I could not have imagined this interior to come out so good. Like, I'm so excited to finally drive this car and to obviously bring all of you guys with me along the way. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Is it too much Alcantara? Is it okay? Really curious about your guys' opinion. Anyways, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.